Good morning everybody, welcome back to the Tokyo Training Diary. This is our second last week in Brisbane before heading to our staging camp in Cairns. The plan for this week is to do every single session and just modify the ones that I need to. So we started this week with a gym session, and it is actually our final week in this gym ever. And then there's a new gym that is currently being built or hopefully being finished, and as of next week apparently we're supposed to be in there. So I'm gonna put a big gym compilation of our entire week together, our final week in this gym. I hope you guys enjoy. Now that gym is done for the morning, we are getting onto some javelin. We're going to start with some ball throws, then probably do some grass stuff, and then onto the track. Alright, we're done with the throws. They were decent. We're still trying to pick up the speed on the runway slowly while still maintaining the form that I can get on the grass. It'll get there. We've got some consistent sessions lined up for the next few weeks. Ben's also coming up to Cairns, which will be really nice. So yeah, I'm hoping we can just build nicely. But now I'm gonna go home and have some lunch and then go out to the track this afternoon for some high jump and a lactic session. We have made it out to UQ. It is a beautiful afternoon. I'm going to do high jump and a lactic session. And I actually haven't done high jump for a few months. No joke, a few months. So the plan is to do some straight line scissors today, because we are adding a lot of sessions into the whole program this week, and we don't want to overload the toe at the start of the week and not make it to the end. So we're being super conservative at the start of the week. Straight line scissors, see how that feels, and then we'll get onto lactic. We are now getting onto a lactic session, and because we're getting to the pointy end of things, I actually asked if I could do a 400 meter time trial today. I don't believe I'm ready to do one. I think it'll be disappointing today, but I think I just need to shock the body with kind of a reality check of the speed I need for the 400. And what better way to do it than run a time trial, get a disappointing time, and then realize that you need to get your body in shape. Usually when I do time trials, the first one always just smashes me. And I'm on the ground and I can't walk, but my head's throbbing. I'm probably going to throw up soon, but apart from that, I feel pretty good. That was quicker than expected as well, probably by about half a second. So I surprised myself. Welcome to Tuesday at QAS. I pulled up from yesterday pretty well. And this morning, we've got some long jump and some shot put. The plan for long jump is to just come in off a really smooth run up and just do some pop-ups. Not put too much pressure through the ground, not accelerate fast, but just keep it really nice and smooth and just touch base with, you know, taking off the ground, which I haven't for quite a while. The long jump was good, now we're on to shot put. The idea is to just belt some, get aggressive with it. I know I've said that a little bit over the last few weeks and we haven't really gotten there, but let's go. That was the best shot put session I have had in probably a few months. The energy was there, the aggression was there. The cue that kind of resonated today was making sure I was getting that right foot underneath the body and working the legs, and then just kind of unleashing right at the end. So that's it for shot put. Now we are going into the gym to lift some weights, which I already put the compilation in, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Welcome to Thursday at QAS. We are starting with some hurdles, then some sprints, then some discus, and then gym. So a pretty packed Thursday as per usual. The plan is to progress my hurdles from 5-steppers last week to 3-steppers this week. I'm not sure how that's going to work though, because I'd like to still avoid accelerating super hard. My physio said no blocks today and just be careful with the accelerations. So whilst I warm up, I'll try and figure that out, and then we should have a good hurdle set. Alright, the sesh was partially good, partially not good. The 5-steppers was really hurting my toe, which is frustrating. So what I ended up doing is just sprinting at the hurdles, and that ended up feeling better than jogging at the hurdles, because when I was jogging and doing the 5-steppers, there was just too much up and down force. Whereas when I sprint at it, obviously there's forcing the acceleration, but then over the hurdle and off the hurdle, I kind of just run off it better, which felt better. So that was nice. But then the toe was aggravated. I ended up doing some sprints at the end, and we had the laser to measure my velocity. The first one was slow. It was like 9.9 meters a second, which is like, you know, slower than I should be hitting on the long jump runway. The second one was better, 10.3 meters a second. The third one was better again, 10.4 meters a second, but it's still behind where I need to be. I probably need to be at like 10.7 meters a second. So obviously my speed's down a little bit, but just felt nice to run over some hurdles or sprint over some hurdles and do some sprints. The toe is definitely sore right now, and we're going to try and do some discus. I'm not sure how it'll feel, but there's only one way to find out. The plan for the session is to come in, do some warm-up throws, do maybe 2 spin warm-ups, and then get into a 3-throw comp and hopefully pack it up there. Maybe some bonus throws at the end, but I'd like to keep this session short just because I'd like to not annoy the toe too much more. We're done. They were pretty good. I actually had a really good session. Were consistent. I didn't hit a 45-meter throw, but they were all consistently between, I would say, 41 and 44, like in that range. And the thing I liked is it didn't feel like I hit any. Like, it feels like there's so much more there. Still, some of that timing is a little bit out. So once that comes, that's when the distances start to kind of increase. But if I can consistently hit throws like that in comp, minus the few that went into the net, I'm gonna be really happy with that. So, great session today. We're gonna go in the gym now, which I've already showed you. So, I will see you guys tomorrow, maybe, depending on how the foot feels. I'm actually not training tomorrow. I'll see you guys on Saturday. All right, slight adjustment to what I thought the plan was. I spoke to the radiologist about if we could re-inject the foot, because I think it's just kind of tipped over the edge of needing another injection. He said yes, the best time to do it was tomorrow morning, which meant I was gonna take tomorrow off anyway, but I do have a session on Saturday that I do need to do because I haven't done enough of them. So I got up off the couch and came back out to the track, and I'm going to do that session today, which is a 600, 3 minutes break, another 600, then 10 minutes break, and then do that again. All needs to be at race pace. And one thing I did forget is that the lights would be off because the state is in lockdown and everything is closed. Luckily, for the last couple days, I've had an exemption to train, and that's allowed me to just continue all my training as usual, but tonight I will be running in the dark. First set was 154 and then 150. Target time is 148. It's really hard to know how to pace myself because I can't see any of the splits, and usually I would know the 100, the 200, the 300, the 400, the 500, and then the 600. So usually I would know if I'm falling off pace. It's really hard to know, but this next set I'm just gonna kind of go harder and see where we end up. That second set was better. 150 and then 148. 148 is the race pace, so I'm glad I hit that on the last one. But I don't know about holding that for another 900 meters. That is a long way to go. But that's it for this week's training vlog. Now I've got 3 days to let the foot just rest and recover so that we're ready to go by Monday. Hopefully the injection goes well tomorrow and it just helps settle everything down. And I'm excited for next week because we're in the brand new QAS gym, and it's our last week in Brisbane before we head off to our staging camp in Cairns. So that's it. Hope you guys had a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.